Mark 5 Golf with a 20 valve. What's that all about? So if you saw last season, we threw a stock 20 valve turbo into the Mark 5 Golf, and the only things really that we've changed is there's a much larger intercooler behind here, and we have got the Bosch 044 fuel pump and some 1700cc injector dynamics injectors. Obviously we've got the exhaust on there, but other than that it's a completely stock engine. We took it to street races and Gordon Darby put it on the dyno. We did have it on E85 and we ended up making 321 horsepower. Now the torque was really, really low, and that is because we've got the stock rods in this engine, and we were told do not give it a big torque curve, otherwise you will bend the rods. So it's been nice and conservative, and of course last season we ran like a 13 something. Problem was I couldn't change gears, so that's one of the things that we're going to be solving in the next couple of weeks. We've got to get the gearbox out and sort out the slave cylinder, and then of course, you know, I didn't have to, but I ended up buying a Cooler Works shifter. The Mark IV shifter, completely stock. If you'd have seen some of the videos from last season where we were racing at Sanapod Raceway, you may have heard me talk about the gear knob, which came off, and a couple of times. It has got a hose clamp on there, it's just holding it on. When I reach for that second gear, I've thrown it into the back of the car on a couple of occasions now. So one of the things we did do when we went to World Cup finals, we went to see SB Auto Parts. We bought ourselves a very nice Cooler Works shifter. Really, is it going to make any difference? Or was it just money spent because I wanted one? Let's be honest, I just wanted one. They look cool. But you never know. If it makes a difference, it makes a difference. Well, new year, new me. Lots of people talk about going on diets at the start of the year. And of course, the main thing we're going to be going on a diet is hopefully the Mark 5 Golf. Myself, yes, I know, I need to go on a diet. That will happen as well. Me and the lads have already set up our weight loss challenge where we weigh in at the start of the year. We set a weight loss goal. It's usually like 10% of our weight, and we all go with that because we're all different sizes. And then basically we try and achieve our target of weight loss. If any of us go above our weight loss, then whatever percentage you lose over your target, everyone else's target drops down by that as well. So competition eliminator, weight loss challenge. I always lose, but let's be honest, we're going to try. I need to fit in my race suit, and of course I've got to marry Mr. and Mrs. Boost the day before door slam, so I want to be in a nice penguin suit because I'm going to be the vicar. Anyway, weight loss on the Mark 5 Golf. When we weighed the Mark 5 Golf at the FIA European Finals, because in Comp Eliminator we go on the scales after every run, it weighed in at just over 1,200 kilos. My goal for 2024 is to get the Mark 5 Golf into 1099 and below. So can we lose 100 kilos out of the Mark 5 Golf? I've got a few ideas. Of course, if you've seen on the previous video, we have already taken the wings off and replaced them with some fiberglass rings. To be honest, they're just a little bit wider. They probably weigh about 1 kilo less, and by the time I fitted the 16-volt battery, I'd probably actually put more weight in the car. But what we're going to do, if you're going to watch my weight loss program, we're going to be doing the Mark 5 Golf over the next couple of weeks and trying to get it to lose 100 kilos. Now, of course, when we do that weigh-in, I'm in the car. So the challenge is, can the car and me lose 100 kilos? I know which one's going to be a lot easier. It's probably going to be the car, but then there's only so much you can cut out of a car, and there is definitely so much I can lose. Right then, weight loss. Well, I can't take the Golf to the gym, so we're going to have to make some weight loss somewhere. There's not really anything in the engine bay that I can do to lose some weight. We've already changed the wings to some fiberglass wings. One of the things that will be coming up, of course, solid glass. These are going to be fun to change as they're kind of molded in, but we do have a set of plastic windows coming from ACW. So when I took these out, because of course the doors have been gutted, not much weight taken out of there, but at the moment, of course, we've got these glass windows just being held in up here. It's going to be removed. We're going to put plastic windows in. That's going to save, let's say, I don't know, 5 kilos per window. By the time you do it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big round window, ACW even do a curved window, so we'll be replacing that. Right, where else can we find this 100 kilos? Well, you know, there's not really much, is there? This is all thin stuff. Of course, we can go around with the drill, try and remove all the spot welds for all these extra bits. They're not really going to take much weight, are they? Do you really think I'm going to be able to find 100 kilos from this car? I think it's mostly going to be me, isn't it? And I can't lose that much weight. And of course, as we said, there's a few bits and bobs that I can drill. The floor, it's just not worth taking out. I don't know if you can see underneath the way it's designed. The rear subframe kind of mounts to the wheel well, so is it worth the 5 kilos? Oh, yes, I need the 5 kilos. This weighs nothing. One thing we will be doing is we're going to be moving the battery into the front, so that's a little bit of weight extra out the back. And of course, tailgate. So what we're going to do is completely de-seam this. We're going to put this on a couple of mounts just here, so we won't need the boot lock. That'll take away all of that. And of course, we can strip out all of this. As we said, we're going to be replacing this. By the time we put those on, we don't need the rear struts, or at least one of them. But you know, I'm struggling to find weight here, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to give me some ideas of what I can do, because, you know, there's not really much weight more that I can get out of this car. That's the problem. So the goal is, of course, as I said, I want to try and get this to 1,099 or lower, but I'm really not sure where I'm going to find this weight. Of course, a bonnet, but that's money, and I really don't want to have to spend money. That's the problem with this car. It's supposed to be, you know, a side project where I don't spend much money on it. And as you can see, it's already barrel rolled into something stupid that's costing me lots of money, because we want to get the dragster done. But, you know, we placed a bet with Mr. Boucher, and we're going to win it. 11.99 or quicker is the goal to beat. If you're subscribed to this channel, thank you very much. Of course, we'll be updating as much as we can for European front-wheel drive content and the odd random other bit and bob that we find. New Year, so we will be doing some travels, trying to film for this channel. At the moment, the schedule looks almost identical to 2023. We'll be going to How Far Raceway, Santa Pod Raceway. We're back at Tierp and Hockenheim. Hopefully we're going to get some more front-wheel drive content from Hockenheim as we take a few front-wheel drive cars out this year. Ravazano's booked again. World Cup finals, because that's on the calendar for sure, because that was a cracking week. And then of course Malta, and I believe we might end up at Agrigno at the end of the year. Maybe some other events thrown in the mix throughout the season. Depends on what dates land where. I've got my Santa Pod date, so I know I'll be at Santa Pod for the majority of the season doing the commentary there. So hopefully you'll see some of the videos that I take from the tower, and of course it gives us a chance to cheer on all of our front-wheel drive races and anyone else that goes along. Of course, Luke Stevenson, my other Facebook page, where you see some of the videos and pictures of just random cars that turn up on Run What You Brung days as I try and celebrate all of it. Well, you kind of missed the first start. This is the first start. It's still running. I just forgot to record it, to be honest. I was too busy swapping over the battery and then went straight to starter. So the 16 volt is in there at the moment. Well, you know, good to see the old girl running again.